Story time, Bloody Revenge. Episode 2. Early morning on Sunday, I woke up and prepared for service. I also prepared something for him. I planned to visit him at the hospital before going to church, which I did. My parents left me to church knowing I would be visiting the hospital before going to church. At the hospital, I entered his ward. I met the nurse administering some drugs to him. I asked her how he was doing, but her response wasn't encouraging. At this point, I became cold. Many thoughts came to my mind. I asked myself too many questions, yet I had no answer to none. What if this man dies here? What would I do? Where will I start from? I exhaled, but yet the other mind encouraged me never to give up easily. Yet the other battled, and I felt Chizitarum was right. I shouldn't have involved myself in all this mess if I had listened to my friend. By now he is supposed to be responding to treatment. But what is going on, I asked myself. Well, I still believe that God will not disappoint me. It was already 7:30. I dropped the food and left for church. On our way back, we branched to the hospital to check up on him. The food was still the way I left it. I got discouraged the more. My friend blamed me for everything and still maintained we abandoned him there. But truthfully, my conscience would kill me. Throughout that day, I lost every appetite, which got my parents very worried. I was their only child. Of course, they wouldn't have anything happen to me, so they encouraged me to have my food, that I have done nothing wrong by helping a life. My father promised to be with me throughout this journey, because he wouldn't want anything to sadden my heart. I felt better by their words. 2 weeks later, I went to the hospital. I heard a voice from the door, but I couldn't make out the words. But within me, I knew it was either he had gained consciousness, or he had kicked the bucket. I already made up my mind to face one of the two. Fortunately, as fate may have it, I met him seated, chatting with the nurse. I was marveled. This is indeed a miracle. I was so grateful to God. Nurse, this is a miracle, I said with every excitement in me. Indeed a miracle, said the nurse. She was the young lady I told you, said the doctor, pointing her finger at me. She excused herself. I didn't know where to start. All I knew, I was grateful finally he survived. He thanked me with a grateful heart, letting me know how the nurse told him how helpful I had been to him. It was nothing to me. I was being more grateful to God for showing me mercy. My family took care of him until he had his feet back on the ground.